All right, we're going to conduct a extremely minor but fun and interesting experiment. One of the learnings of my journey to solve the Mox Diamond situation was kind of incidentally influenced a little bit by some mono white decks that played Mox Diamond so that they could play 4 Port Wasteland, whatever valuable colorless utility lands. And back when I was a huge Mox Diamond fanboy, I definitely was a huge fan of using Mox Diamond with soul lands, and expressed that sometimes with the Devour deck, which I played Mox Diamond in. I even played Mox Diamond in Replenish alongside some 6 or 7 soul lands. That was really fun and good, and obviously still contained all the downsides that come with playing Mox Diamond in your deck. The other thing that happened was when I was making my Mox Diamond Terra GAT index, I would trim the ports, which allowed me to trim the Mox Diamonds. I do think that if you want to play a lot of ports and wastelands, you kind of have to play Mox, because the Moxes make up for the colored sources that you're losing. I don't think Port is a very powerful card in Terrageddon. I know that that's not a popular opinion, but this is not Terrageddon. This is Grotog. And Grotog, of course, is often drawing players who love combining Wasteland and Daze. And I figured that if we have a higher allowance of colorless utility lands, thanks to Mox Diamond, we can reintroduce the idea of playing Wasteland and Daze together in the same deck. That is, of course, not without some downsides. We are obviously giving up Fire Ice here. Fire Ice being a card that kind of can mimic Wasteland and oftentimes do better than Wasteland. The reason being, tapping a land and then resolving a spell, or whatever, tapping a land and dazing will let you set up in the same way. And of course, you have the huge upside of sometimes you cast fire. So head to head, I think Fire Ice in your deck is better than Wasteland in your deck. And that's basically what you would do if you cut all these Wastelands for normal lands and cut these Mox Diamonds and Chromatic Sphere for Fire Ice. You would be able to play this deck with Fire Ice, and that's what I have been doing, which is playing some version of this with 3 Fire Ice, and I've been loving how that feels. The other thing is Wasteland is moderately redundant to Armageddon. However, the two obviously complement each other in plenty of context. They complement each other in the Terrageddon deck, although the Terrageddon deck plays Terrafor and wants to see lands in the graveyard, which is extra reason. But I figured why not give this a shot, just because it will be fun, and I will also get to see if Chromatic Sphere is any good. I wanted to play 13 or 14 cantrips in this deck. I played a Peak. If I voted with a list that contained Peak over a Daze, did not think that was a good card to play. Every single time I cast Peak, I just saw exactly what I expected. My opponent had cards in their deck in their hand, and I didn't think that was particularly good. I wouldn't think that playing it alongside Meddling Mage is particularly good. Although, since we're in this open to try anything phase, maybe the next video will be 2 copies of Peak, 4 copies of Meddling Mages, some sort of weird configuration like that. Aside from that, I've been loving Daze, and maybe Daze will be even better with Wasteland. And Daze does complement Mox Diamond slightly. You get your tempo back. It's kind of nice. But I do think that I am much worse against mid-range, and I don't know how much Wasteland or Mox Diamond is going to save me against the decks that Fire is good. Fire is really excellent against opposing Meddling Mage, which is a thing that I care about. And while I say that out loud, knowing that I have less Fire, I think I have to hedge a little bit farther into Pyroclasm, just because. So we're going to give this a spin. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Gemstone Mine fan, but I have played plenty of games of Grotog in which I draw multiple Gemstone Mines, and it's not good. I've had plenty of games where I draw multiple Gemstone Mines, and it's fine. A popular choice is to play fewer Gemstone Mines and play the 1 or 2 Mox Diamonds. I am totally okay with that. You're basically balancing, okay, well, sometimes you'll draw, say, land Gemstone Mine X, whereas the second Gemstone Mine versus it being the first Mox might you could argue for one being better than the other. Generally speaking, I always like having extra lands. And I've been watching some Mox gameplay from other people who play this deck, and they are just like living in constant fear of naturalize on their Mox. And I feel like it's got to be one or the other thing. Either you don't fear naturalize or you don't play Mox, right? It's like if you fear naturalize, don't play Mox. If you don't fear naturalize, then just jam the Mox and use it until you lose it. No guts, no glory. So 2 Moxes, 3 wastelands, and a chromatic sphere. We'll see how it cooks. Always got to shout out the coffee ad-free videos. Check out the coffee. It's been popping off. I donated all of this month's coffee plus some donations to the Dress Fest Kickstarter, which capped. You can still get Dress Fest tickets if you are watching this before the deadline, which I don't know if I'll be able to post before the deadline, but we'll give it an honest try. And in any case, like and subscribe and all that jazz. Perfect mana. Perfect hand. This hand gets to do everything. Unless, of course, my opponent is very fast. Looks like they're up to some no good. Well, it's 5. Ooh, and a swamp. Well, it isn't Swamp Ritual. Swamp Ritual Hippie, which I would have liked. All right, so rudimentary thing to examine, but this is like your classic mono black spot. Obviously, there might be black white control, and a lot of people have thought that this matchup is poor because they maybe put you in an uncomfortable position. They make it so that you can't accumulate cards in hand, and that is all to say that I think that's slightly overrated, because if they don't have interesting spells to counter, then okay, it's the rock. But if they don't have interesting spells to counter, then you're not like trading counter spell for like their duress is like totally fine. Especially because sometimes you'll be empty-handed and duress will simply miss. And those are good places for you to want to live. Call the Herd All Over is a little interesting in this matchup. It's much worse than Pernicious Deed. So is Mox Diamond, by the way. Much worse than Pernicious Deed and Wall of Blossoms. And I don't have a good answer to those problems in my deck, basically. I'm going to go ahead and slide a hand, because, again, it sort of doesn't matter what I do. There's like nothing for me to threaten counterspell for. Maybe they're going to cast Pernicious Deed next turn and then, show it to me. I will daze it, though, if I have a daze. So we'll look for the daze. Slide a hand. I don't want the daze that bad. Most likely this Pernicious Deed will just trade with an elephant token and we'll move on with our lives. I guess that's not the most likely. Maybe they'll play a creature and then I'll be sad. And maybe the creature will be a Wither Witch and then I'll be really sad. So I know I have the Plowshares. They won't play any interesting looking creatures until they know that the coast is clear. I have the possibility, okay, Plowshares is down. I have the possibility of finding Armageddon at some point. I wonder if they're going to play a good creature. No, they're not. Okay, they're just going to take 3. Yeah, I mean, they're multi-5. Obviously, let's see. I don't think I'm going to do anything pre-combat with information. And if this does force the pop, then obviously I can sleight of hand into a creature. And if it doesn't force the pop, I could also port in them if I have some good cards in hand. Sleight of hand again. Huh. All right, well, I guess I'll take the second talk. And should I wasteland them? Wasteland them keeps them off Drain Charmit, so I think that's probably good enough. I guess I could have portented them and then kind of decide on the wasteland later. Oh, those are good cards. All right, well, I wish I could have cast that this turn. And also wasteland with the pickup island synergy or a synergy is not ideal here, but I'll manage. Big question. Well, I guess I can't wait a turn on the Gush unless I sort of... Okay, well, this is just... Yeah, discard spells this late in the game get pretty rough. They have to hit. Choose Counterspell. All right, they're really into resolving something next turn. Next turn, 4 mana. What could it be? Recurring Nightmare, something good. Or maybe they just want a creature that they can flashback therapy with, guaranteed. I mean, I will gush because I kind of have to. It's awkward because I have to like play the Psychotog or something. Okay, let's portent me. I've got the shuffle available, so a daze, a gush, or an island. No, there's no way any of this is okay. I was contemplating just taking the gush because, like, you know, honestly, how bad could it be? All right, this is the card. Oh, Tog is not a bad draw here. And now they have to, like, I don't know, hold up their mana. Ball therapy. They're just shooting in the dark. I mean, are they gonna name Counterspell again? Do they? What card do they have that they're so like super into resolving? I only have 3 Counterspells left in my deck. This is why I didn't want to put the gush in my hand, because I didn't want to like be forced to gush in response to this therapy or in response to a second copy of the therapy. But I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's like the way to go from the Pernicious Deed side. But everyone's welcome to play in ways that make sense to them. And I won't run out my Chromatic Sphere just so that I don't give them the free card to do what they want with. We got Walverts, okay. All right, let's try to kill them, right? We need just a Plowshares. Take it. Oh, it's too many. I guess I've got this plus the land drop if I draw into Counterspell. There's really nothing to fear, though. All right, the rock. It is funny. I have been in spots against this deck where I'm like looking at my sideboard and I'm like, well, no changes for me, dog. Like, there's not really anything to do here. I don't have any like grindy cards in my sideboard, and these cards are not like really that good against Pernicious Deed. I really don't want to be playing Mox Diamond, though. I will tell you that. Not sure if I can board them out. Not sure if I can go down to 6 sources against the possible Dust Bowl. I just literally have to not play Mox Diamond. Yeah, I mean, the way it used to be was you would just you're just Meddling Mage naming Pernicious Deed. So you go like Mox Diamond, Meddling Mage naming Pernicious Deed, and then they Pernicious Deed your Mox Diamond. It's not a big deal. But yeah, my Mox Diamond Call to her deck hates to see a deed coming. All right. So I guess I'll live in the fantasy that this will catch a recurring nightmare sometimes. I guess sometimes they'll like block with multiple walls, block elephants with multiple walls, and then I'll power class on them. I don't know. I don't really have a sideboard for the rock, but maybe they'll just multi 5 again, make it easy for me. Or maybe I'll just play the 1 Mox. I'll just keep days around. The game's going to go long. I'm going to find gold sources. They're not going to destroy gold sources all too often. So I've got those things going for me. Wasteland+daze, pretty sick. They can duress me on turn 1 and either choose to play around. Oh, nice. We'll go ahead and scoop that up right away. Especially because it gives me another look at basic island. Also, manlands are just good against me, so. All right, 2 sleights of hand, huh? I guess I just want to hit my land drops. What's the best at doing that? So portent and then rig my portents afterwards. Probably portent, because I want to slide a hand into island if this fully misses. It doesn't. It's kind of juicy, actually. This Chromatic Sphere is about to earn its keep, maybe? This is the dress for counterspell into Pernicious Deed line here. I'll daze a Wall of Roots. Or Wall of Blossoms, rather. Alright, I don't need a sleight of hand past the sleight of hand. This card's I just don't mind drawing. If they go for deed. Oh, it's Tusker. Okay. They just want a F6. Alright, I'll take a Wasteland. If you've got any dealer. Well, Armageddon's a little bit better. It's a little awkward. I haven't been duressed yet, and I will be duressed soon. What happens if I Wasteland now? It's really tempting. Oh, they haven't duressed. How many turns is it going to be? Like 2 turns, 3 turns? It's going to take way too long. I am going to not... Let's see, because I want to... Wastelanding here, put them off anything at 4 mana. It doesn't really feel like it does. I even want this Highlander that's Cold Herd almost. But... Not really, I guess. I'll pretty happily cast Cold Herd off this Chromatic Sphere. It's not like that big of a deal. I guess technically Wasteland would have saved me 3 damage. Tog. Well, I guess. Oh my god, it's not a mana ability anymore. So silly. Oh, okay, now Wasteland might have been fine. But I am like, I'm just playing around Cabal Therapy here. There's no need to just randomly get owned by Therapy, even though, again, they've like basically shown that they're not going to play any discard spells right now, or they're not in the discard spell mood. There's a Chainer's Edict, sure. Another attack. Armageddon. Woof. I kind of want to represent counterspell so that they're like scared next turn. Oh, well, it's probably better to just play creatures. Let's go ahead and play a Call the Herd, though, as our choice. 5 mana. Yeah. Well, that's actually not bad. Is it counterspell again? I'm tapped out. Time will tell. It's gonna be pretty sick if they choose Daze. What is happening? They don't want their Chainer's Edict to be dazed. Now they're gonna lose their Treetop Village to well, I guess I should have Wastelanded then. Well, that's kind of an interesting line. I mean, they can probably play a wall this turn. So strange. What are they protecting? They're going to play something for 7? They're just protecting Chainer's Edict? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take Armageddon. So can I rep... So I play Psychotog. I can't rep Counterspell off the top. Dryad? Interesting. Huh. Well, let's go ahead and just play Tog instead of Dryad. Oh, I do have to pay blue for Psychotog, huh? And the reason is they know about it, and also the reason is they have to have the land drop and the Pernicious Deed this turn. Wall of Roots, sure. 4 mana, 5 mana for the Haunting Echoes. Guess I'll just go ahead and opt. I'll still daze if I have it. Bottom this. All right, cards I would like to remain in my deck. Let's see, other than basic land cards. Do I need Flooded Strand? Not particularly. All right, I don't need, oh, I guess I'll just exile the whole thing, because, let's check hand. Card, library, all right. Do I have an odd number? I do have an odd number, so I'll just leave behind days. It's pretty funny that I landed my so wait, hold on. They Cabal Therapy because they wanted to cast Haunting Echoes that turn. But if they just cast Haunting Echoes that turn... Oh, I did this wrong. Oops. You can have my sleight of hands. I've cast 3 already, right? Okay. Yeah, that was kind of weird, right? Like, they had 6 mana last turn and wanted to stop the daze? Huh. Right. Well, that was an expensive Tormod script / extraction for exactly... Oh my god. I'm disgusting at this game sometimes. Well, I can't lethal this, and what would I like to do? I would like to just Plowshares this Wall of Roots. Or just Armageddon. Anyways, the Rock's not... this used to be a bad matchup, and it used to be especially bad because you had to worry about stuff. But I don't know. I mean, cutting Moxes definitely helps against them. Meddling Mage is kind of like good, kind of bad. Obviously, Meddling Mage is bad against Treetop Village, but you kind of had to play Meddling Mage just so that you would name Deed every time. And that was just kind of like how the world worked. They have no follow-up lands or plans. It's pretty hilarious if their first land is a non-basic. I would give a Wasteland a solid... I mean, I guess I didn't use it right. I should have just wasted this Treetop Village like the moment I saw it. I should have counted lethal there. I probably had some lethal lines. Ah, well. Counterspell, huh? What is this? 7 is 10 damage, 10.5 damage plus 3. 10.5 plus 3 is 13.5. So the Psychotog solo kills. So I'll go ahead and force the block on the Psychotog this turn. Yeah, you just top deck Armageddon, right? So you can get your Armageddon, whatever, but eventually you top deck Armageddon, and that's like, I don't know, it's pretty good. And I'm doing this to cut them off the mana source, additionally to making it so that they're dead, but it does help to cut off the mana source. We like a clean win against the Rock with just very little effort invested. They did mull to 5 in game 1, but just kind of goes to show how far this deck has come. I don't know. I beat the Rock before. Like, I would lose to the Rock, let's say 45% of the time with the old version of the deck. Battling Maggin. 2 dazes in my hand. A Call of the Herd. On turn 3, I get to go Call the Herd, daze your 3-drop. It's pretty good. Oh, also there's an Armageddon. This hand is awesome. The only way this hand... I can't believe people who think about replacing Call the Herd with... replacing Quirion Dryad with Call the Herd. The only way this hand could be better is if it had Quirion Dryad instead of Call the Herd. But you can't play 6 Quirion Dryads. All right, what's happening? You're going to duress me. Just do it. I will say my 2 Mox Diamond version of this deck is not built around getting duressed and like whittled away. All right. God, please be a hippie. They're thinking about starting with the ritual hippie to play around daze. All right. Well, you got me on that one. What was I going to do? Daze the Phyrexian Arena? Sure. And then Withered Wretch or something? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can't really I can't like do anything to that Withered Wretch. All right. Well, we probably lose this one, but we might not lose this one. I mean, look, they spent 4 cards. It's going to take 3 turns for this arena mana to show up. And I have like good cards for what I need. And I have the days for this edict. And I have life total pressure. I like that they attack so they don't have to think about blocking. Oh my god. That's pretty nice. All right. At this point, I'm just going to day something for the joy. of putting +1/+1 counters on my Korean Dryads. You know how much I like that. All right, are we going to race this down? I mean, I guess I can't, like, I don't know. I guess I have to draw a cantrip next turn. Play another Phyrexian. They can't play Phyrexian Arena. It might kill them. So what are they going to do? They're just going to play nothing? Attack? No blocks for me, dog. All right, Cabal Therapy or something. Play a Hypnotic Spectre. Just see what happens. Diabolic Edict. All right, this Korean Dryad died. What a shame. Yeah. The herd is getting called upon. I am going to lose it to the Wretch, but the upside is I have an Elephant Token in play and an Armageddon on the way. So, yeah, it's pretty good. 4 mana. Don't do anything interesting. Oh my god, it's a Masticore. Hello. Goodbye. Mox Diamond off the top. A man can dream. The pregnant pause after it gets dazed. Me, please. Gush Stealer. Counterspell Gush. Daze again. Probably not. If I just shuffled. What I'm going to do, I'm going to opt bottom the Daze, draw the Portent, cast Armageddon, have no lands, and just top decks. I don't know. I think my opponent's just dead to my board, but they could do things. They take all of the damage. Pretty interesting. Yeah, double Dark Ritual. Honestly, I feel like if I just dazed a ritual, I would have lost that game. I cashed both my dazes in. I also drew like a maniac. I drew Korean Dryad. I was like, you know what card I really need right now? Korean Dryad. And then guess what I drew? Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I'm going to bask in it. I think it's going to be tough in the later games. And the presence of Arena makes me want to go pretty heavy on the anti-Arena stuff. This is going to be a tough one. They're also a deck that could play Wasteland. Also, my Wastelands become plausibly worse. All right. So typically what I like to do is like have these cards in if it were like straight Moneyball. But they had Masticore and Phyrexian Arena, which were not like your typical Moneyball cards. So I might do this. I also have no Fire Ice though, so I kind of have to play these Pyroclasms. So I'll probably bring these in. And then also I have to not get perished, which really sucks because I don't really have like a plan for not getting perished. So Daze is out because they're small ball, even though obviously, well, Daze is out because my Wastelands are less good, right? So it's going to be kind of like this. And then do a minor trim on Counterspell. Now we're cutting cantrips. Yeah, Mox is probably worse than Gas. Give that a try. And maybe take the draw in game 3. All right, this is a reasonable hand. I don't like having the counterspell early, obviously. I'm trying to like set it up so that I draw that late. Like I trim down to 2 because I want to draw it later and not earlier because it's better when we're in the weird part of the game where they don't know the contents of my hand. Early game, they tend to know the contents of my hand. Maybe I hate, because I boarded in colored cards, I had to keep the extra Mox. Okay, which one is it? Arena. All right, so we need a white source and a disenchant. There's a disenchant. Oh, I should have ordered the Psychotog first. Oh, they do have Wasteland. All right, let's get past the Psychotog here. And look for the white source. No white source. We can dig for it though. So I accept. They were on the mold of 6. So this is the Second turn it's in play, so it's cycled. The third turn they'll make up for their mulligan. All right, let's draw past this Dryad and then decide what we want to do. Yeah. All right, we're even. They can't even wasteland this. They have no lands. Ritual. Another arena. Spectre. Okay. Now they should kill this for sure. Yeah. All right. Opt because I don't want to cast Gush. I guess all my good cards are 2-ofs right now, so I can take one hit. But these engines are cooking. All right. This time, I wish I could have waited one more turn to cast Gush here. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Maybe I should have just waited one turn. Because then I could go Gush, hard cast Gush, and then, like, I mean, I don't know. I'd hand size or something. Now I can't even one cast Gush a single time. All right. What have we got? I guess we've got just Pyroclasm. They know about it, or they don't know about it. Pyroclasm is still better. I guess Plowshares, I could hold up Counterspell for nothing at 2. I'd rather hold up Counterspell for my Dryad turn. Oh yeah, we're back. They're mana screwed. If they play a Mistress Factory here, I'm pretty happy. And I do have to play the Mox. They have Wasteland. Maybe they just have 2 Wastelands, even so. Cabal Therapy. Doesn't really matter what they name. Obviously, if they name one of these 2 cards, it's not like my favorite place to be, but what is with the therapies naming Daze these right now? I mean, I should be playing Daze, but I have too many like answer spells that I need. There's too many games that go long and they get too many lands in play and can play around Daze for the entire game. But like now their spot looks really bad. Maybe I actually should have flashback Call the Herd. Yeah, I should have considered that. Because like now I can't for 2 turns. And I need to draw cantrips. Guess it doesn't matter. Guess they're kind of giving it to me for free. Opt is free here. I'm good on islands. You hate to see a same named card coming when there's a Cabal Therapy in the graveyard. So they're trying to... Okay. 2 black mid-range decks down. How many more to go? Battle on the play. Daze? No Daze. Could draw into Daze. Keep. What do I want? Island, Daze, Gush on top. Should get the... Every now and then I'm like, hey, we could do Viewer. We could do Viewer. All right. Island, Portent, Gush, Armageddon, Opt. Well... Yeah. Is it too soon for this? Is this too much birthday? I have to go take, sleight of hand, land drop, take the opt. I mean, it's pretty good if it is. I want to have Counterspell on turn 2. I can evaluate if I like having Counterspell on turn 2. And we can also just bottom the Armageddon. Opponent said, tried GAT, realized they didn't have the skill, and yet they open on City of Brass. Interesting. City of Brass green, turn 1, bop. All right, well, looks like you have to have Counterspell up. And I can bottom the Armageddon. Oh, I guess I could have bolted the bird. That's always an option. See what happens. Oh, it's probably HREP, right? That's the one. All right, I guess I should have bolted the bird. Yeah. All right, we have outs to draw Daze, as always. I mean, that's the nuts from them. Duress, City of Brass. Or sorry, Birds of Paradise, Duress, Survival. The absolute super nuts. On this. Green Dryad. Yeah, I mean, Plowshare's the bird. Plowshare's the bird? What if I draw Wasteland? Could go crazy. I mean, they're taking a bunch of damage from City of Brass, and, like, I'm not gonna... And they know about the Plowshares, and I'm using my mana. The only problem is I have to slide a hand for an island this turn. So I would really love a natural island. Oh, Wasteland's even better. Wasteland's got to be better, right? I mean, they've played only City of Brasses, which means they don't have good lands. And this might actually be their last land. So I could like sit on my Wasteland until they play Hermit Druid, and then I'll have Wasteland Interruption for the Hermit kill. But I don't know if I mean, there's no point in playing around the Hermit kill when the Survival of Fittest kill is literally on the battlefield. They get the best land in the world. All right, can they set it up from 2 mana? If it's a mana source, it's pretty good. I don't think they can set it up from 2 mana here, though. This is probably like a squee turn. I can go play, like, top deck Island, play Psychotog, and then kill them on the following turn. I don't think they're going to be able to untap with 3 mana and execute the entire combo with 1 activation. Or they'll untap with 4 mana and execute the combo with 1 activation. Maybe they can. It's not like I have a choice. I literally have to draw the land. So maybe my Wasteland was bad. But if they had 1 more mana, they would have just gotten like Wild Roots, which would have been really good. Are they going to nothing? Is it because they have Basket? No, my enemy. Wait, hold on. This is still fine. Because I can hit an island here. Island. Oh my god. All right, this is still fine, right? I haven't played a land. Okay, hold on. It worked. It worked out. It's working. Oh, I have played a land. Oops. Because the island was the land that I played. All right, well, I guess I lose. Let's see. So it's a squee turn this turn. I don't know. Maybe I'll draw a Wasteland. Oh, they just have a Shapeshifter. So Shapeshifter Palinchron win. Messed up. I mean, I guess they didn't play any Mana Dork or anything. I guess I could have held up Wasteland to disrupt the Palinchron. None of this makes any sense. I mean, so I could have gone Green Dryad Slight exactly that turn. I don't know. There's like so restricted on mana. That can't be bad. And also that I didn't know that they had the Gemstone Mine, right? It does make sense that they played the Brass before the Gemstone Mine. Oh, Elder Spirit Guide. I think it's over. Smells like they have Unearth in hand. I wish I had an island in play. I wish I had a Psychotog. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. If I had Psychotog in play, then I'd still be dead. What have you got? 4 mana available, 4 cards, and a squee. So it goes pitch squee, get Palinchron, pitch Palinchron, get the thing, unearth, natural. Man, duress counter, like duress, bird's duress. No days. I was on the play. Wait, unearth, and then with unearth on the stack, oh, you can just do it because of the Elder Spirit Guide. It's kind of risky. If I did have Wasteland, I would technically have broken up this line. Because I could have just like Wastelanded this, and then they would have to go for the Devourer without having the Trike in their hand. All right, let's see what's in their deck. Therapies to be expected. Everything stocked so far. It's their turn 4. My Kingdom for... I guess I should have just held up Counterspell and forced them to play slower. I don't know. They might have not played slower. All right. Nothing fancy. Just a bunch of Cabal Therapies and Hermit Druids. Okay. Now we do this thing. All 4 Pyroclasm seems kind of bad, but it is what it is. Armageddons are bad. Plowshares is fine. I'm out of spots. Just trim Counterspell is the question. Could definitely trim Counterspell. Oh, we cut Call the Herds because they're nasty. They just don't attack through their walls, which is like not good. Not enough pressure. The rest of the creatures can kill them. Wasteland, obviously good. So maybe Wasteland will be the answer. I have like insane amounts of Hermit Druid coverage. Maybe this is too many Pyroclasms. Maybe on the play I want more counterspells. I don't have Fire Ice though. That's just the deal. All right, OTP. Have to keep this. And I guess it's Chromatic Sphere Pass. Like Wasteland, Chromatic Sphere Pass. Use the Wasteland. Okay, what is it better to go Gemstone Mine? Well, this is not the combo. So it's like Wasteland, Chromatic Sphere Pass. Use the Chromatic Sphere for Portent. If I like and just know that I have, like, know that they're not going to run survival into my stuff. All this would technically be more okay if I had a natural blue. Because if I crack this Chromatic Sphere, I guess if I draw Island, I'm not in bad shape. Okay, this is fine. So technically we've both used our land for 1 mana, but I guess it's not fine. I take the counterspell. I have to cast the Portent. I can't get 2 Portents, whatever. I'm also low on counterspells now. I did draw an Island. There is a Ray of Revelation available, and the mana to cast it. Seems good. And another Wasteland. These are all pretty good things. So I'm just going to go ahead and Wasteland this turn, Wasteland next turn. And even, so Wasteland this turn, Wasteland next turn, and then I could pop Chromatic Sphere so that I can draw the Ray of Rev, which I know that I kind of want. Okay, so they therapy. They don't see anything too interesting. They take the Gush. Huh. I mean, we can sort of play chicken with this this Chromatic Sphere. Or this Ray of Revelation. Like we can keep shuffling it towards the bottom. Huh. Interesting. I guess I just want all these cards and I'm a embarrassing control deck for the next few turns. All right. Well, all my Wasteland tempo is just basically going to waste. Reflecting Pool. Heck yeah, let's go. I'm never bottoming a Plowshares, aren't I? Am I? Probably not. All right. Let's ride. Yeah. I guess I take Portent here. Cause I don't know. That's a tough one. So I need a land, I need a threat. They have 3 cards in hand. I guess I just am super patient, right? I counterspell something first and then I cast Portent. Never mind. Like they didn't cast Hermit Druid last turn, so maybe I should play Armageddon. I don't know. I mean, they need their mana. They need their mana for good things to happen in their life. I think I am actually going to just jam this Dryad. I know Pyroclasm just completely annihilates me, but they would have cast it last turn. Although if they keep cycling Unearths, maybe they've got 2 more looks at it. But it's got to be like some 2 of in their deck, right? Gemstone Mine. Why you always mine? Black? Therapy? What do they know? Nothing? They know about Sword Plowshares? No. Gush? Interesting. All right, I guess I'm just gonna Portent them off. Anything good to do for hopefully the rest of the game. Lands? Crows and Wreck, City of Brass on Earth. Right, team. Do your thing. Not the best, but also I can't imagine that they're doing something this turn. They're casting Eladamri's Vineyard. Oh, they're going to hard cast a Battlefield Scrounger. Do I counterspell this or Plowshares this? I guess I Plowshares this. So. Seal of Cleansing right on time. Right. Unfortunately, this absorbs an attack, but no big deal. And I guess technically they won't have a Scrounger line for the rest of the game. And also I'm out of Pyroclasm range. And also I know their cards are bad. So I have Unearth. They're going to cycle Unearth. They're going to draw Crozen Wreck. Crozen Wreck's going to be nothing for them. Okay. Writing's on the wall. And wow. 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 That's not good. All right. Do we play Daze on the draw? Kind of a weird one. What were they like naming all the time? Is Pyroclasm too much? Just like so much Pyroclasm. Like, and it's a colored spell. It's so useless. I don't know. I mean, they can't mess with my mana at all. So when I have the red, I have the red. You know I really want to play Daze. And it's just because they're, I mean, I guess it's awkward because they use activated abilities, so they can just whatever, but and they seed the Daze often. 7 removal spells enough for a Hermit Druid. I don't know, Pyroclasm is just so good. I mean, I guess it's bad against Cabal Therapy to have the 4 of, technically. And it's a red card. But I did board out some green cards too. I don't know, might be wrong. I also I don't know if it's a tell they haven't like gone for Hermit that hard. Yeah, I'm going to keep a hand that has Wasteland. This hand loves to see a Mox Diamond. I guess Wasteland's pretty bad against Llanowar or Waste, Birds of Paradise. I'm just like, they have 2 mana, I have 0. Yeah, well, say goodbye to Gush, I suppose. Maybe they take the opt. Because they can come back for the Gush. No. Rev 1 time. Pyroclasm 1 time. Rev 1 time. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted. Not this time. I draw the Pyroclasm anyways. I guess we're dead. Oh my god. I guess we're dead. We could just get a Hermit Druid and play it or something. Flood it out. It happens. Just a waste of a good start to the league. That's my only problem. And the other problem is we can't like Pyroclasm and Wasteland unless we draw a Mox. Well, no, it doesn't work because if we draw a Mox, we don't draw a cantrip. Ugh. Or I have to hope that they like decide to get a Hermit Druid and then I draw a cantrip. They have no creatures in their hand. Well, it's pretty nice that I have Pyroclasm and not Swords of Plowshares in this spot. Wish I had Armageddon in this spot. I don't know if that's an argument for keeping 1. Can't imagine what I'd cut. But yeah, it's possible they don't have a creature. You would simply love to see it. It would also be funny in the alternate universe where I had Stifle in this deck. And I could stifle this trigger. Oh my god. It's just... Oh, and they could have just played the Hermit Druid. They were like, that's a pretty good play, right? But they had Duress. They could have also just therapied the Pyroclasm and then cast the Hermit Druid. That would have put him in a pretty decent spot. Get the Squee instead. Probably like Palancron, right? Oh, it's like Palancron and then get a Elfish Spirit Guide or something. Well, no, yeah, they can't pitch the Palancron if they get it this time. So they should get like a good creature. Get like a... Actually, what would they get? Because of the order. I mean, I guess it could be a Palinchron, and then they just get a Shapeshifter, and then they just go for it. Oh, they get the Shapeshifter in hand. All right. I have a Wasteland, so the Shapeshifter is... I'm at least going to make it hard. Oh, I guess I could have Wastelanded... Well, they just get another Birds of Paradise. Oh, but if they get another Birds of Paradise, they die. Oh my god, I should just Wasteland their blue source. It's fine. They can just draw an Earth or something. I don't know. I hate playing against this deck because I have to be as smart as them. They should start with Cabal Therapy, right? All right. I guess I'll just counterspell this. All right. Well, so Pyroclasm. I made a mistake. I mean, it's pretty bad to like let them tap that Gemstone Mine even the one time, because now they get another creature. But at least they're struggling. At least they're taking damage. All right, so what is... Yeah, I mean, I should have just wastelanded the Gemstone Mine, right? They would have done nothing this turn. I mean, they know about the thing, so maybe they just get a Wall of Roots, but the Wall of Roots doesn't, like... Them having no access to blue mana is amazing for me. I should be, like, basically aware of this, that they have to have Unearth from this point. Yeah, I gave them the free cast. I mean, it's sort of, like, balanced back against the fact that like... It's balanced back against the fact that I needed to cast Counterspell just to get my Quirion Dry to not die to the Pyroclasm, but it's still not good. So I have a 1-drop creature here to therapy me with. That's obviously good. It's not the end of the world if so, but it's not. It's still obviously good. All right, you have a Hermit Druid. Congratulations, you have a Hermit Druid. You're still taking lots of damage. Still going to be hard for you to win. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those points where you tap the Gemstone Mine because it's not... You're not going to tap it 2 more times before the game is over. All right, just give me... I guess Counterspell is fine. No. All right. All right. We'll take it. If the deck wants to just give me exactly the card I asked for, well, of which I had 1 copy left in my deck, then the deck can do that for me. I'm not going to complain. They can... I mean, they're running out of options here. Black, green. All right. I mean, they can get a Psychic Dog. They have 1 card in hand. I can't imagine what it is. But if they get a creature that costs mana, then they're going to be in trouble. So what they could do is they could just get a Birds of Paradise. Shapeshifter. Oh, they're going for the Hail Mary. Right, because they could draw, what? It could be Source. So 3 cards. Source, Squee, 1-drop. It'd be like Birds of Paradise, Source, 1-drop, Shapeshifter. It doesn't work, though. There's Source. So Squee, Shapeshifter, X. What's the last card, my friend? It doesn't matter. Could be Squee for blocking. Squee for blocking / therapy. No. Take the damage. Look for a card. Palinchron. That doesn't work. They're mana short off that. Pitch the Palinchron. Okay. And then Unearth. They have to go... Oh, they can go... Okay, they have it all. They literally have it all. Devour? No. Because it's Unearth here, right? It has to be Unearth. Or they have the Spirit Guide in their hand. All right. Bad news. Woo! That was a game. That was a game. And they would have had, like, their last life. Well, obviously I got insanely lucky with my top deck, but what can you say? The deck loves me. Yeah, wow. All right. That was an extremely good top deck. Otherwise, I just would have been super cooked. Five removal spells for Survival of the Fittest, and I drew 0. They had it for like 10 turns. I saw like 5 more cards, 10 more cards. I don't know. It wasn't good. It wasn't good, man. I mean, 2 cantrips. And my colors. And the gush combo. All right. Yeah. It's kind of an interesting one. I think I'll just go with Chromatic Sphere. I have my source. I need to hit that land. My dream is to hit it naturally. Oh, we're just playing against... Oh, get it. Get it. No? No interest? Okay. Well, that's awkward. Blue, please. Opt? Yeah, we'll take it. We have no choice because of the whole seal of cleansing situation that I'm pretty upset about. They just have a seal of cleansing. Yeah. Oh, frantic search. Oh, just attunement. All right. Attunement with 1 up. City of Brass. Why not? Oh, replenish. I guess I have the sideboard for this, technically. Sort of. Not exactly. Sometimes. Plays the land. Another attunement. Just an opalescence. Wow. Okay, well, I guess they have opalescence, and then I just have to counterspell everything. I almost want to let this resolve just so that I can plow this seal cleansing or whatever, but it's going to be counterspell here. Ugh, this is gross. But I'm not going to go... I was like, okay, I can go Gush, replay the island, use the floating mana and a Mox Diamond, and then I'll have an island and City of Brass and a Psychotog. But it's really just not good enough. Actually, that's not true. Yeah, that's not true. Because, yeah, that was kind of a mistake. Because what I really would like to do is be able to daze, like have the island in play, counterspell up, daze whatever. I don't know. It's not a good spot. It's not a good spot. They're relentlessly thinning, but I hadn't clocked that they're at 14 because I was like, oh, the Psychotog doesn't threaten lethal. I'm like, the Psychotog threatens lethal. In fact, the Psychotog threatens so much lethal that I could have done the Swords of Plowshares option, and it would have been like, it would have been legitimate. It just would have been good. Like I could have just plowshared the attunement or whatever, and then had Psychotog, and then like, yeah, I don't know. I could have like done good stuff. They don't have a loaded graveyard at all. They're playing more lands. They're playing attunement with... Oh, they want to play Mana Leak? Huh. All right. Portent, huh? All right. This could get spicy. This could get a little spicy. Start with the Gush. Wait, why wouldn't they just tap it the other way though? Well, now I do have counterspell. Right, play Island. Play a Mox. Pitch Brass. All right, and then play Psychotog, then Portent. Probably Portent first. Kind of play intelligently around what's happening. What could help? An additional daze, maybe? Oh, Wasteland. Oh. No, none of these are that useful. Play Tog. And then just counterspell this Plowshares. They pitched to Plowshares. No. Okay. So they have Replenish Mana Leak this turn. Should go activate Replenish Mana Leak. I have counterspell Daze. Go insane. 4 mana. Jam. Is it going to happen? Frantic Search, they're thinking. Maybe they realize that now they pitch 4 cards, they can go land, whatever. Oh, this 4 lands. Frantic Search. Okay, I mean, if I counter this, they can't do anything, right? Well, I guess they can play Swords of Plowshares. Unfortunately, this makes my counterspell daze line turn off. Pitch 4 lands. And they're going to have two cards left in hand afterwards. 2 cards left in hand and 5 mana. I mean, I just have to let them. Or more than 5 mana. They're going to have a boatload of mana. I pitched more lands. All right, never mind. They're just dead. I don't even I don't even care if they replenish, right? Yeah, I mean, what replenish is like more resolvable than other stuff here. It's fine. Anyways, plow this attunement. Oh, I guess I should plow the seal cleansing and make them chump block with the attunement. Oh no, the attunement chump block would have worked out exactly the same way. So this way I don't like lose the value. All right. What should I do here? I should probably just go for. Oh no, the chump block works the same way. Okay. Oh, but if I gush, I can't go for counterspell plus daze. Counterspell plus daze has quite a short shelf life at this point. Does casting gush get me anything good? I think I should have countered that. I don't know why I didn't counter that. That opalescence actually. It's not like the end of the world, but it definitely does change how I play. But like, yeah, if I just, because now they'll have 2 cards. Well, their last card in hand is oh, I get a daze and intuition. That's pretty good. Okay, well now they're dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Daze is so good, man. I made a serious mistake when I cut all the dazes from the deck. I made a serious mistake. Also, they should have blown up my Mox Diamond, but they didn't. Oh boy. All right. Replenish. No meddling mages. No meddling mages, no problem. No guts, no glory. If they play creatures, they win. Just gonna let it be. Oh, actually, I can't play this Call to Herds, though. Need duress as well. Ugh, they just love playing creatures. Just love playing creatures. Nothing I can do about it. I mean, I can try to not let them to get to 4 mana to like flip their angel. Or I can like be bigger than their angel, I think. But I'm not gonna like, what am I gonna cut? Just like not play Disenchants? Could I just do this? Could I ever just do this? Because I'm like, okay, so what's happening? I'm like, they're like, they're gonna play like Meddling Mage and face down Angel. This is nice to blow up like Parallax Wave. Or if they go for Orm's Chant style stuff, I can play fewer counterspells. You know, duress is insane there. All right, maybe being hedged is fine. I don't love being hedged, I have to say. Don't love being hedged, but maybe it's fine. It's a Chromatic Sphere, huh? All right, I mean, wasteland+daze, Armageddon, supposed to be good here. Is that too many Quirion Dryads is the question. Yes, yeah, it is. It's too many. I'll take it. Let's pitch the Mox, right? What I'm going to do, double cantrip turn 1, as if that does anything. Like, I think it's probably, huh. All right, so we'll put the Swords to Plowshares within reach if we need it. It's a lot of cantrips. We're going to start moving into the turns. Well, no, we actually don't have to. We don't really have to fear any spells right away. If there's no meddling mage, then we're a genius. If there is meddling mage, then the name counterspell. All right, well, I guess. So sleight of hand is just blind bottoming the card underneath, so it literally doesn't matter. I guess technically I'll have more information. Oh, but I get a threaten daze. Yeah, I mean taking 2 damage doesn't matter. Also, I want to see if they have angel. All right, sleight of hand. Take a bunch of damage. Another City of Brass. Why not? A wasteland. Intriguing. Well, they didn't play anything last turn, so might as well. Oh, it's just intuition. No. Oh, and then they drew Ancient Tomb. That's kind of not fair. Okay, we're taking too much damage here. I finally drew an island. Little Daze Gush anti-synergy. Okay, if we draw another wasteland, then we're technically in business. Don't mine. No thanks. Is this the turn for duress? Yeah. Think so. Duress the plowshares. Try to pay for mana leak, I guess. Really hurting for this +1/+1 counter on this duress, but can't do anything about it. Interesting hand you got here. So you're saying you're just waiting to draw a looting spell, huh? Well, hope you don't. Hope you don't, brother. Yeah, this is fine. I can Parallax Wave all day. I mean, obviously I need to draw a wasteland. Another wasteland. Or an Armageddon. Counterspell's fine. I do have to start countering every single spell they have, which is a little bit obnoxious. Yeah, Opalescence. I saw that. I did see that. All right, so the deal is they have these 3 cards in hand. So I have the option to Ray of Rev end step and then just counter the Parallax Wave, or Ray of Rev in response to the Parallax Wave and let the Parallax Wave resolve and try to fade it out. They have an Ancient Tomb in play. I'm starting to die myself. Island, City of Brass. My God, stop. Oh man, I drew all 4 City of Brasses. Yeah, I mean I have to let this stupid Parallax Wave resolve. Oh, it's just a morph. Counterspell. I guess that was wrong, because the morph means they have to. Yeah, I messed that up. All right, oopsies, oopsie daisy. Because now they can just cast Replenish. I don't know what I was thinking there. I guess I can draw a land duress. Oh my God, I'm going pretty low down in life here. Duress is still very live. Still live. Okay. Attack for this amount. Okay, I didn't need to counter the angel, because the thing is they have to flip the angel, and it wouldn't have killed me, and it like just would have blocked. I just countered it because I was like, oh, whatever. But like, look at my hand. My hand doesn't do anything right now. Yeah. All right. Oh boy. I got that Decree of Silence as well to stop my other play. Let's see if they know the text of Decree of Silence. I guess I could have drawn into Armageddon, and then my spot would have been fine. Right. I forgot about this. Yeah. All right. I actually have to go soon, so I am going to try to play fast, I suppose. I don't even know what that looks like. I guess it's like try to beat the beatdown. Right. Man, I need just like one more wasteland, or I guess I wastelanded their like third land, then they drew Ancient Tomb. I don't know. Fire Ice wouldn't have helped me. I was dilly-dallying too much. Is this a keeper? 2 Psychotogs, not enough cantrips? Probably not. All right, well, guess we're doing this. I need the Chromatic Sphere. Need a lot of these cards. Guess it's not Counterspell because I'm gonna use all my early turns on vibing. Land? City of Brass. They're thinking about the Plowshares. Oh, they're gonna play it through stuff. Meddling Mage, Plowshares, okay. Wasteland, Psychotog. Sadly, I have to show them the Wasteland so they can play around it. Another Plowshares or something. Yeah, that's pretty good. And a Meddling Mage. Guess I'll daze it. Island, sleight of hand. Armageddon seems fine. Opt. Yeah, take the Dryad. Take care of this while I can, I think. I guess I have the Armageddon in my hand. Attunement is fine. Morph is less than good. Like I name Plowshares, then they're gonna play whatever. Guess we'll go for blue here because I will cast a cantrip. So they're gonna go for. Well, let's just draw Gush. I mean, it's kind of the only way. Gush. I'll take a Mox Diamond too. And double Plowshares. And I have to leave, so I had to like play differently. Morph this time. Wasteland is acceptable. Well, Wasteland is the same, right? Sleight of hand. Oh, I should probably play a Korean Dryad, huh? I'm so mind. Yeah, I should probably play a Korean Dryad. So I have two Korean Dryads, but alas. Gush Armageddon, does it go fast enough? They attack for 6 each turn. I attack for 6 each turn. No, I just have to accept defeat here. I needed my sideboard cards. Or like whatever. I was like 1 land away. Well, I would add a 2/2 Dryad. Oh, that's interesting. All right. All right, this gives me a chance to draw Gush off the top, I suppose. I mean, it's not like not a great spot, but I'm technically alive. I guess they're gonna like do the Parallax Wave trick to get their equity back. I'm also just gonna take this hits for a while. Actually, I can't win. Well, let's see. I go Island, Fade. Oh, my guys are gonna be gone until I'm dead. All right, mid-range deck got me. It's a shame I had to play that last game in a hurry to leave, but it also was pretty cool that the Replenish deck turned into a Meddling Mage naming Swords of Plowshare's Exalted Angel deck, which maybe would have gotten annihilated by a Pyroclasm, but then I'd have to have like Pyroclasms and Disenchants. So let's say I know for a fact that they're going to board in like 8 creatures. Do I just have 3 Swords of Plowshares, 2 Pyroclasm? Or it's like better to have fire, right? So like the fact that I have 0 fire in my 75 to fit Wasteland is actually like worse against Replenish if they board into creatures. It's like everything went according to their plan, right? I have a handful of Disenchants. I mean, I didn't draw Disenchants that game, but like a handful of like things for the Replenish plan, and they're just doing the Meddling Mage Exalted Angel plan. All right, final match against Toph 4. Probably not. Because even if my top card is an island, I go Diamond Opt Island. If I'm lucky, I daze something on turn 1. But if not, I just draw nothing. Maybe I draw another cantrip. This Armageddon's already like not a card. Oh, that's better. All right. It's interesting. The daze looks pretty enticing, but it means that I would have to draw another land, and I'm already like, I almost have to have the daze though, because like, I don't know, Toph 4. There's basically, I have 2 minds about it. One is that like, I can do the mock start. I think I have to bottom the mocks, right? Like, because I want the daze and the dryad and both these. Like, I could bottom and opt, but then I might just gas out. Like, this is the thing. Is like, these hands like look good. And obviously it'd be insane with an island, right? But then, well, this is an insane 7-card hand. But as a 6-card hand, you just can't have a mox. Because the other thing is I can opt, play turn 2 dryad with an island, and then have the daze. And then I also have like the potential to like wasteland my opponent out alongside the daze. It's just like a lot better. Yeah, and then even in this world, like I'm kind of fine to not have mocks, right? Oh, it's a red deck. Well, that does change things. Oh, it's this kind of red deck. Huh. Interesting. Unfortunately, Skirk Prospector turns off my daze, but I'm also just not really like crazy about it. That was a pretty good draw. As long as there's no Mog Fanatic in my future, I'll probably have the battlefield. Or sorry, Gem Palm Incinerator, right? Because I can stop the Mog Fanatic with the daze. Get their attack in. Pile Driver. Yeah, I'll daze a Pile Driver. Because I have a Psychotog in my hand, right? So. And it's just killing the Prospector, which is taking power off the Pile Driver, which is like pretty solid. And also just taking their potential to do something unfair off the table as well. So it's like I dazed the Skirk Prospector, but I got a Quarian Dryad and a counter out of it. It's basically, and I took a damage. So fair exchange, in my opinion. Well, I'm not blocking if it's War Chief, so. I guess, yeah, I mean, for Prospector being off the battlefield is pretty good for them not having a more powerful Siege Gang commander, and also if they miss their land drop this turn, it like looks even better. Although I can't imagine them like sacrificing the Prospector for a War Chief on this battlefield. It's just so bad if I have any removal. Oh, they have it. They have a land anyways. It's just a Matron. Oh, it's a Sharpshooter. That's actually a bit scarier. But I think this Armageddon is actually going to put the game away, so that's pretty good. Although, okay, I mean, it's pretty bad if they have a Incinerator here. They get their value. It's just a Ringleader though. Anything scary? Lackey Pile Driver. I might have to Armageddon now. Oh, I get a counterspell, but I don't get to opt. Interesting. Not sure what I should do. An attack sounds okay. Like, because they can't... I can attack, they can try to single block, and then, whatever. The attack back is a little bit scary if they have shenanigans happening. The thing is, they can play both these goblins next turn, so it just kind of makes me want to counterspell anyway, or Armageddon anyways. Problem is, we Armageddon and then we just kind of stare at each other, but I also can't, like, okay, so like, let's say we end up in the same battlefield, and then I have a land drop, and then, like, except for they have a lackey, a pile driver, and the sharpshooter. The upside is that I'll have a bigger Quirion Dryad. I'll have a 5/5 Quirion Dryad instead. I guess the Goblin Lackey... Yeah. They also might play one more land. Oh, I guess the ideal, or one of the possible things I was thinking was I can opt now for the island. I think this is the last turn I can get this attack in. If they want to trade away their pile driver, I'm okay with like Psychotog being left on the battlefield. I can counterspell any haste goblin if they present it. Maybe this damage doesn't matter though, because I'm going to kind of run away with things. Pile driver. The 2 pile drivers is too scary, right? So we'll counterspell this. Lackey. Cards we know about. Mountain. An additional lackey. Okay. It's pretty good. Gets quite a bit of damage. Do they want... They can just 1 me. They do nothing. All right. All right. Land. Another opt. Oh, man. I think it's turtle mode from here. So awkward. Extremely awkward spot. Like, I'm just going to get in and then I'll be behind. Like, I need a gush. If I draw plowshares, like, I don't have a white source because my next source also has to be, like, every color as well. This, like, Gemstone Mine is down to 1 counter. I think I have to get in here, but they could have Siege Gang Commander in their hand. So it's like Siege Gang +1. Like I'll probably take a big chunk of damage at some point because they have so much board presence. I really need to deal with this pile driver. I need my fires, but I don't think I can let them put any more creatures on the board for now. Maybe I could have attacked with the Dryad first now. So if I attack with the Dryad, they can also just kill the Dryad. And I think it's better to have like a big 5/5. Like I could also thin the herd. This is a pretty scary battlefield of goblins. But if they attack with a pile driver, I start getting big Psychotog attacks. So yeah, pretty tricky spot. Now it's just like whoever's going to draw lands, right? And I guess when I draw my first land, I'll probably draw my second pretty quickly. But I also, yeah, I don't know. Once I plowshares the pile driver, I can start attacking with a Quirion Dryad though. So there's that. But things could get crazy. They could get a Skirk Prospector. Okay. They are indeed a little bit mana screwed. Really wish I had Fire Ice. I'm going to start drawing a Mox at some point. Okay, plowshares is nice. So it went opt bottom, maybe plowshares the pile driver, get in, trade. This would have been a 6/6. They would have just like had to triple block here to get the sharpshooter damage in. They'd probably just chump block, crack back, and then things would have been, but they would have been able to play out their hand of goblins. So if I draw a white source, I probably just plow the pile driver and get in with both, and then they can get their lackey hits in. Probably not good enough. The 2 lackeys, I could have dealt with 1 lackey, held a blocker up the whole time, but 2 is just too much. The other thing is they have more lands in their deck than I do. They tend to be a 24 land deck. Yeah, I mean, what would have looked like if I started attacking? They would have blocked here, get their 2 sharpshooter pings in. I don't think that's good enough. And then they could have get a lackey in the turn after. Now it's kind of a joke how this game has gone. There it is. All right, we're just gonna slide a hand because we want lands. Attacks are gonna start looking nicer, right? So this is a 2-turn clock. And then they can't double block here. Oh, they double block ping, ping, ping. Okay, so it's still, and then their battlefield is Pile Driver, Lackey versus Psychotalk. I think I can wait. And they're so mana screwed. I can also start portenting them, keep them off hitting future mountains. I guess a Gem Palm is pretty scary. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna portent them for sure. I guess I can just wait until my Dryad's 12/12. Gem Palm, huh? So they draw Gem Palm, pass. Then they draw Wasteland. They still can't Gem Palm, pass again. But they can port when they Wasteland, which might stop me from putting my second Psychotalk into play, which is pretty bad for me. So I do have to stop them from that, I think. They probably have a Gem Palm in their hand right now. What if they have a Skirk Prospector in their hand? Maybe I should have opted and just tried to get a Plains, because the Plains would help me have less fear. Another Pile Driver. Now things are getting scary, because I needed that island. So Pile Driver is definitely getting in for a lot. Ugh, pretty gross. Pile Driver is definitely getting in for 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. Or so I guess they're not going to attack with the sharpshooter. Okay. Well, I hopefully just can make it expensive for them. Maybe they miscount their chump block ability. Is it a serve? It feels like it should be a serve. Yeah, that sharpshooter getting in, because it's going to untap from the deaths. That's 11. Okay, forced block. Probably can't do 2 Lackey triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm just dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is the only way I'm not dead. They're just gonna put a stupid guy into play. Oh, okay. I had to like, I don't know. I guess I had to attack with the Korean Dryad like 100 turns ago, or I had to like not let them draw the mountain. Amog Fanatic kills me too. I guess the Portent U is bad. I don't know. There's a lot of ways this could have gone wrong, but I didn't think about them having an additional Pile Driver in their hand. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, that's why Goblins is good. I mean, I got lucky they didn't draw lands for like 100 turns. Can't really be mad at that. Get rid of these counter spells. They're so awkward. What else is awkward? Armageddon's generally not necessary if your plan is to kill all their goblins, right? You don't really have to prison them out. And then do I like Sleight of Hand or do I like Daze? Daze is interaction, which is good. I think I have to keep all the cantrips just because my red sources are just too important. Like my cantrips as fixing is too important. So just do it like this. Mox Diamonds as fixing are kind of mandatory here, which is awkward because they can be naturalized. So I have to sit there and not play Mox Diamonds, hold a land and Mox Diamond if I don't have anything good to do. All right, on the play. Yeah, this is a fine hand. What's cool about this hand is I can go Portent Self, play Aquarian. Well, I have to shuffle these. So I was hopefully portenting into a Pyroclasm, and then I was like, I can actually let a Lackey hit me, but instead I can't. I guess I'll hold up Hydroblast because I will blast a Pile Driver. even though I kind of need to chill with the removal here. Like, because now I'm open to a War Chief, but I'm just kind of hoping that my deck delivers. And it's just like a time to put it, like, this is like a good sequence for me, like tempo-wise, especially because I drew the Gush. But on like resource-wise, I'd rather leave the Pile Driver in play and blast the War Chief. Luckily, it's just Mog Fanatic. And Port. Port is good, but manageable. Oh, that's a nice draw. An additional Gush. Well, I'm going to play a land this turn. I didn't want to go Gush and then just have Island up. Or just have Plains up. I'd rather use the mana. And I'm like not in a bad race scenario. It's like what Plowshare's a ringleader here is the big question. I guess I get the luxury of seeing what they flip. A War Chief. Okay, so now I have to hold the Plowshares no matter what. Yeah, it's just 3 damage. Can't be that bad. Oh, that's amazing. Really happy to see that, especially over a Psych Dog that can't get blasted. All right, it's pretty good. I could have waited on playing the land. Like if I draw, I don't know what I could draw that could change my mind about life. This probably just always was going to be the sequence. Maybe I should have just played Herd. Oh no, I had a land drop, so. I kind of fear nothing now, right? I mean, I guess this Dryad could get trump blocked, but yeah, I fear nothing. War Chief. Lackey. Plow the War Chief. If I just flashback Call the Herd, can anything bad happen to me? Because like if there's a turn to do it, it'd be this one. They'd have to go like completely ham. What if I attacked with Call the Herd? I could also just do flashback no attack and then just have like a huge blocking board for like a turn. But I think 2 elephants is like as good as blocking. It's just really hard to imagine this going poorly for me if I just straight up flashback Call the Herd. They're not going to cast Earthquake or Perish. Also, they're just sitting here with like red blasts in their hand at this point, right? Well, let's see. Last turn they went Lackey, whatever. I guess like I'm opening myself up to like Siege Gang Commander, but I don't know. I'll probably just draw Pyroclasm soon. Like they go Siege Gang, no attack, and then I just like I attack, and then they have to block the Dryad, the Goblin Goon. All right, not exactly the one I expected, but it also means that they're cooked anyways. I guess I can portent myself to see if I'm going to draw Pyroclasm and then shuffle it. If I'm not going to draw Pyroclasm or an additional Blue Blast. Right. I forgot about that card. That I knew that they were saying, I like talked about how they were sandbagging it. Not right now, Gush. I mean, I'll just play it next turn, right? No, not right now, Gush. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that was good. Now they know about Pyroclasm. I don't know if they can do anything about it though. And they're not playing the green splash. Should I trim Wasteland? Probably not, right? Because like because I can still Wasteland Rishon imports, which is kind of relevant. Such an interesting matchup, right? It's like they're like this like mid-range creature deck basically. Like all their spells are much more expensive than the spells in my deck. And then I'm like this beatdown deck, right? I'm like a beatdown removal deck. I don't know. I guess we're 2 beatdown removal decks, like 2 creature decks with removal and card draw spells. They have like the bigger card draw spells than me. Like Goblin Matron and Goblin Regulator are like heavier card draw spells than my stuff. It's very interesting. Yeah, this works for me. Sleight of hand for sleight of hand. Cantrip into cantrip. Makes my deck worse somehow. Not a bad time to put a Korean Dryad into play, I'd say. Especially if they go for a War Chief. This one of Daze is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Although if they go for War Chief, I should probably just go Pyroclasm, Sleight of Hand. No, I should Daze the War Chief. Well, I kind of want to keep playing lands, right? They have a Rishon Import in play. I'll just Daze the Ringleader. Oh, it's a Wasteland. Oh, that's redundant to what they're doing anyways. Yeah, fine exchange for me, right? I gotta use my mana, they didn't. And now I'm just drawing cards that are good. Goblin Lackey, sure. Port me up. I think I'm going to opt here. And then Portent. The thing is, I kind of want to play a land this turn, and the land that I would need to play this turn is not a good one for this battlefield, right? Well, now we have like a relief Pyroclasm. Oh, it's kind of interesting. I think I should just blast the Lackey and attack though, and then daze the Ringleader. I'll just keep pressing. I wonder if Toph knows that I don't play Mox Diamond typically. Another Lackey. Okay. And for 1. Well, now when I Wasteland the Rishon Import, it goes crazy. Get my Wasteland+daze combo going. Pyrokinesis. All right, buddy. How about this? What do we exile? A Goblin Matron? You didn't want to cast Goblin Matron like 100 turns in a row? I mean, obviously Daze beats Goblin Matron, but still. Yeah. Let's attack. Okay, then I'm going to Wasteland their port, and then I'm going to Pyroclasm them after they do anything they want next turn, because it literally doesn't matter. Should I Wasteland their Wasteland, though? I think I could just Wasteland their Wasteland, right? Because I have the second Pyroclasm, so if I Wasteland their Wasteland, get the Pyroclasm off, they're going to try to port my City of Rats for the rest of the game. It's just not going to work out for them. Because the port technically eats more mana than otherwise. I guess like Siege Gang Gem Palm would be bad for me. No, it's just Ringleader. All right, they got some Gem Palm Incinerators. They don't have a third land. Don't think it looks good. Interesting. All right, well. We didn't drive all the way to the game store to not Pyroclasm 3 goblins. All right, how much damage is it going to do? 3? Fine. Oh, what if they have another Pyrokinesis? If that's the case, I should plowshares. This goes up to 6. Hit 2. Oh, the pyrokinesis still kills them. Oh no! Oh no! What have I done? All right, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's livable. But they just have all these cards now. Jeez, I didn't. Oh man, Engineer Plate is so much better. All right, in that case, it's better for me to grab an island and then go for the Gush and then have like Blue Blast available. All right, it's just another Pyroclasm. Yeah. Well, they didn't have it, so now I win. But it was close. They could have gotten out. They drew 4 cards. They said they just drew the Pyrokinesis. Double Pyrokinesis? Pyrokinesis is pretty good against Korean Dryad, right? It's like pretty hard for me to get a 4/4 Korean Dryad. And also I have like freaking Call the Herds that are just in chump block. I feel like that card doesn't get boarded against me that often, or often enough. I don't know. It's a good question. Double Pyrokinesis and we play on. Oh my god. Well, that's interesting. Never mind. This game's not over, I guess. See, they cycled both jump homes. So they're just sitting here with this. No, they exiled the Siege Gang to the first one. So I don't know what they have. They just have 3 cards in hand. It could be anything. Wax Diamond just in time. I'm going to die to the ports. All right, it's fine. We just need like, well, the problem is ATOG doesn't save us because they're just sitting on very obvious Red Blast, right? But we are gonna just get plunked down, I think. Like if okay, we gotta do it, right? But it's not gonna feel great. Give me something. Blue Blast, Plowshares. Oh boy. I've been reduced to Hydroblasting Mog Fanatics. I need that Blue Blast to protect my Psychotog, but I also just, I don't know. So, I mean, they're not going to have a creature in play, but I'm going to die to my Seer Brass in 8 turns. I'm going to draw a card within 8 turns. Chat. It's going to happen. Yeah. You have War Chiefs. Saved me a point of damage from the guy. Portent. Give me a creature, please. Dealer, 1 time. Oh, I can wasteland the port? Okay, hold on. If I wasteland the port, I can't lose. And if I wasteland the port and get a 3rd Pyroclasm, I actually can't lose. I guess they can draw another port. I should probably shuffle this portent, right? Oh. Wastelanding the port has the added bonus of keeping them off playing big cards. I'm not gonna shuffle. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe they're gonna ringleader on exactly this turn. Is Wasteland an MVP this game or not? It is and it isn't, right? Okay. The problem is I have to kill all these stupid goblins at the same time as well. Lackey. Huh. They sense it. They sense my weakness. Is it weakness? Am I weak right now? Or am I strong? No, they have another port. It's over. Oh my god. I'm never going to recover. Oh my god. This is just embarrassing. Okay, I should have shuffled this stupid thing. All right. Korean Dryad really needs to save me now. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm holding up Plowshares. We have the Chromatic Sphere in play. So it's kind of sick. Oh, they have nothing. They're just sitting on they're on double blast. It's very interesting. All right. One more turn of no action. The thing is, should I add green or black, right? Should probably add green because I've called the herd and Korean Dryad. I'm gonna like Plowshare as my own Tog. I'm at 4. Okay, I should probably start doing things, huh? All right. Probably like Portent me, and then draw a creature if I have one. Kind of a cool interaction, at least. Oh, they're thinking of the blast. Yeah, that makes sense. Get tapped, so I have to draw the creature this turn. Wait, hold on. That's actually good. Can I draw a creature dealer? All right, 2 of them plus backup. Okay, we got there in the end. It was a slog, but we got there in the end. If I grab my planes, I don't need my planes. They go tap, I go Psychotog with backup. A Goblin Goon. So I can just plow that, right? I don't have to like respect it. Or I can just plow the other creatures, how it works actually. I don't know why. Oh, they can't hold up the port. Okay. I have my planes. Of course I have my planes. Cards, lands don't go to the graveyard in this game. Let's see. You control more creatures than defending players. You don't. That is that's the battle. Obviously, those cards being on top of my library was super good. We were entering like the flood zone, right? So this is kind of like not relevant to wasteland growth theory at all. This is more just theory is that the longer the game goes, you start flooding, right? I Delver people probably all already know this, and it just like takes me like 5 years to get to this point of playing GAT, right? Where like you are cantripping, right? And every time you cantrip, you say you have opt, right? And you see a land on top, you're like, okay, I'm gonna bottom that land because I want to cantrip. Or you say sleight of hand or portent, like I'm gonna take these cantrips and bottom these lands, right? So you take these cantrips, you bottom these lands, and slowly, even though you have fewer lands in your deck overall, like the concentration of your lands in your deck goes up over time, and then you start flooding. And everyone's been complaining about like sort of the flood problem in Grotog. I don't have a good answer. I don't know if you can play Merfolk or play Probe. Latinam's Legacy doesn't really work. Cephalid Coliseum often gets tossed around. I don't like the land very much. Well, that's not right. That's not true. I love the land. I don't like having a blue land that deals damage to you because you already have all the City of Brass and you already are trying to spend maximum blue mana every single turn of the game. So yeah, Cephalid Coliseum is like a little like on that front. Obviously like the looter land would be like ideal from whatever modern format, some looter land. And then Armageddon is your like flood insurance, right? So you can play 4 lands, chill on 4 lands, getting them out. But yeah, you know, it means that a lot of the time you can't just play this like 1-for-1 game the entire game, because like you'll flood out and you're kind of counting on your opponent flood out. And if you flood out, like what are you doing against your opponent in the late game if you're not in like a tempo oriented game and you're just trading 1-for-1, right? So you trade your creatures 1-for-1 for removal, you trade your counter spells and Swords of Plowshares 1-for-1 for their creatures and sometimes their removal, and then you gas out, and then maybe they just play something, anything. It can be their Call to Herd, it can be their anything, and you just die to flood. So yeah, I don't know. All that to say, that means that your Grotog deck maybe has to imagine winning in the early game. And that's kind of like a fault that I had in maybe like the 20 card draw version where I had the 4 AKs, where I was like really happy to get to the late game because I would just start like bashing all these AKs, right? But, you know, you could go AK draw 3. And I was like, oh, well, you've thinned your deck you thin your deck of spells so hard with the cantrips in the early game that you're just going to draw 2 lands with this AK for 3. What do you do with the 2 extra lands? Just hardcast foil, just pitch them to Psychotog, you know, whatever. Just grind. It ends up being less good, I think, than I thought on paper, where I was just like, well, I'm going to draw a lot of counter spells, I'm going to draw a lot of removal, and that's just going to line up with my opponent, what my opponent is doing. But my opponent is getting to this point where they have lots of lands in play and their deck has Factor Fictions or Spirit Mongers or whatever. I don't know. Giant spells, right? Factor Fictions and Decrees of Justice for one. So you can't actually beat that. You do need mana control to fight that. And then, replenish cards if they have a lot of lands in play. It's definitely pretty scary. Although I did beat replenish, but it was very close with the old list one time, right? And then other times I felt pretty behind. So yeah, this is a good imagination of a Grotog list that's trying to close out the early game. I can't say I loved Wasteland. It sort of feels like it almost never did the thing. I played the first 3 matches like a few days ago, so I kind of don't remember everything that happened to them. I played against that rock deck. I played against that HFEB deck where Wasteland is a good card against HFEB, but like the deck overall kind of wants Fire Ice. It was supposed to be good against Replenish, but maybe Fire Ice would have been good against Replenish. Mox Diamond was horrible. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't horrible, right? Because it was a painless colored source in the Goblins matchup, like way late into the game. But that's already like such a weird game script where it's like I drew 3 Pyroclasms and like they killed an 8/8 Quirion Dryad, a 7/7 Quirion Dryad. It's just like, how many times does those things interact? But the other thing is, if I didn't have Mox Diamond, I would have had Fire. And then Fire would have been incredible in game 1, where I just like have more removal. I don't know if I drew Mox Diamond in game 1, but it's like if you're trying to say Goblin specifically, like, do you want Wasteland Diamond or do you want Fire Ice? I think you want Fire Ice. Chromatic Sphere, I think, is like an interesting half measure. I do like the idea of 13 cantrips in the deck. I don't hate the idea of Chromatic Sphere. So jury's out. Maybe I'll continue testing the one Chromatic Sphere for a while. I definitely don't love it on balance. I could see myself going to, what I could do is I could play maybe one fewer land. But the other thing is Chromatic Sphere and Gemstone Mine don't like really love hanging out that much, because you like, your gemstone, if you draw them both, then Chromatic Sphere is effectively doing nothing until your Gemstone Mine goes away. But if your Gemstone Mine is going away, like, you've seen enough games with this deck that you kind of realize that most of the times that you're casting a lot of off-colored spells, I guess you're either losing really bad or winning really bad, right? You're losing really bad because you're using Gemstone Mine on blue spells, and then you're winning really bad if you're using Gemstone Mine on not blue spells. So, I don't know. Make your own decisions there. I like, the reason I said Mox Diamond is bad was because I felt like that one hand where I like mulled to 6, I like half to bottom Mox Diamond was just not where I wanted to be. But I guess if you like rerun that hand, I don't know, 6 card hand, Mox Diamond, 2 lands, daze, opt, Quirion Dryad. So you go Quirion Dryad, daze one thing, and then opt. And then if you miss on opt, like if you draw more lands, then you just have a 3/3 that you played on turn 1, which is good, but it's not going to win the game on its own. So yeah, would have been better if it was Lotus Petal Dreadnought, right? Which goes to my other theory of the game, which is just like, this is just a Dreadnought deck that doesn't pay 2 cards, and as a result gets a slightly less impressive creature, a much less impressive creature, but has upside in that it doesn't have to dig to put creatures on the battlefield. So, who knows? Sideboard is fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a great showing for the deck. Barely scraped out against HFEB. Feels like I'm more in control with other versions of the deck against HFEB. Barely scraped it out against Goblins. Lost to Replenish in ways that maybe were preventable. I do have to say my game plan against Replenish isn't like very solid with any version of Grow right now. I'm not sure exactly how I want to sideboard yet, because I haven't practiced the matchup enough. I haven't like kind of seen how the matchup has gone. I kind of had 2 minds about it, which is like, one, let's just do heavy disenchants and counter magic, and then disenchants and counter magic means that like eventually one of my creatures that don't get plowshared will close out the game. On the other hand, if they board into creatures, disenchants and counter magic get worse, so you become disenchants removal and counter magic. So maybe you just choose one angle of attack. You just say no disenchants, yes counter magic, yes removal. You've got the half options, just play lots of Fire Ice and maybe like 1 or 2 Swords of Plowshares, because Fire Ice generally kills all their creatures. They're generally not going to get to 6 mana cast Angel. Armageddon's always good against them. Armageddon is good against them playing enchantments. So maybe you just board in just the Ray of Revelations and whatever. But Daze is still good against them. So it's like, what do you board out? You just board out Call the Herd, two Plowshares. These are supposed to be fires. So yeah. Yeah, I don't like this version of Grow. I mean, if they have a random Seal Cleansing in game 1 that tags the Mox Diamond, that's super awkward. So I think all things considered, I don't like all that. We had Peak in the 5-0s. I didn't like Peak. I do like that Peak is an instant, and you do get in spots where you need, like, you don't actually have that many instants to like surprise pump a Dryad. And I think once people start realizing that, they might take bolder plays against Dryad, right? Where your Dryad's like a 2/2 and they attack their 2/2 into it, and you have like 1 blue mana open because you're just like hoping that, like, whatever, so hoping that they won't attack with their 2/2 because they're like scared of Opt. But Opt is the only blue instant that you can play. Obviously Gush is good too, but 8 cards to like pump your Dryad to blow out their attack versus they might win the game and it doesn't get any better for them. You know, I think they should make that attack. But if you have a Peak in your deck, then it's 9 cards. But yeah, like I said, I want to continue testing the 1 Chromatic Sphere slightly longer. I think it's totally reasonable. And yeah, I think it would be like, you know, closer. This is probably the old cheese deck. Yeah. With the 4 meddling mages. So, I have the new cheese on the other account, which is basically just what I've been goldfishing, or not goldfish, but you'll see the results of it on Goldfish. So, cool stuff. Long live Grotog, long live Pre-Modern. Like and subscribe. Check out the coffee page. Support ad-free video content. I like it. I hope you like it. Check out the podcast. Check out Duress Fest. I think it closes like today or something. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit this video fast enough. But thanks so much for watching, and shout out to all the homies, and take care.